Good morning, everybody. Trust your evening went well. Another hot one in Wichita yesterday, and the front has not gotten to us yet. So the cold air is to the north and west of us, and so is the moisture. So we hope to get some moisture today. It is in the forecast once again, but the last week of August is proving to be a pretty hot one. Okay, we rolled to December. Today we're in a December contract. We're about over half a point below where we were in the September contract. So we're going to get started today. Today the biggest action in the note in the bond will come from the 7-year auction. We thought they might be a little lower last night given the need to move the 7-year paper, but as it sometimes happens, the Russian-Ukrainian conflict, they didn't come to an agreement, flared up again, and supposedly the headlines are Russia invades the Ukraine, but they've been doing what they've been doing. They've been sending Russian troops across the border, disguised as relief workers, etc. So the Ukraine-Russian tensions are back in the news today. The next thing to come out of Ukraine-Russia is that Ukraine in the fall, and sometime September, is going to be screaming about how their economy has been totally wrecked and they need international aid. So I'm sure the IMF will step up their aid to the Ukraine because of this. And of course, a lot of that money will go straight to Russia in payment for gas. So the Ukraine has gas over the winter, and they don't freeze to death. So it's an interesting game. Russia invades a country, gets the IMF to pay for their invasion. Life goes on. So what we're facing today is that we've got pretty good support in this 25-20 area. There's a very, very clean break in the overnight volume in the 25 area, right in here, and it's also our attractors. So we're going to put 21, 25 as our buy zone. And then 17, we're going to lean against this low volume number to 13 is buy 2. We should see a rotation lower. I don't think we can take out 20 because of the auction. And we'll have to pay up. On the high side, 25, we might get a little lucky and be able to buy it below this high volume number right here. Okay, news today, GDP, 4%. Deflator 2, pending home sales plus 0.5. The focus will be the GDP to number, see what kind of revisions they have. They expect that it could be revised lower a bit, but it's still going to be a very strong number. And then jobless claims at 302. So we want to buy into weakness today in anticipation of a good 7-year auction. On the sell side, the high is 30. We're at 27.5. We have this low at 30. We have this low at 31. We've got this London low up here at 02. So the 29 to 01 will be sell 1. And then 3 to 7 will be sell 2. If the fighting escalates in the Ukraine, and I doubt if it will, it's been a guerrilla contained fighting so far. I imagine that's how it'll still be fought. Russia can't get too overt in their direct assault on the Ukraine. But Russia is going to prevail. Russia will get what they want out of this whole deal. They will have a hostile population to control, and that's why they want to be as light-footed as they can. But no doubt where this is headed. And just this, we don't hear from Georgia anymore. We don't hear from Moldavia anymore. Belarus has been joined at the hip from Putin from day one. So Okay, I'm going to do a force tick rebuild right here and see if I can get rid of those V's way down there. I've got a bad quote. Oh, that's interesting. We picked up a little bit of December yesterday down below. Okay, we got resistance up here in the 11-12 area. We got resistance at 8. We're at 4, so 7 to 11, sell 1. 15 to 19, sell 2. On the buy side, we're at 4. We'll make 29 to 01. The knob spread did come in last night, and then 21 to 25 for buy 2. Like our number 2 areas, as always, better. Okay, gold's up overnight because of what happened in the Ukraine. Like we talk about, gold and crude are one headline away from an explosive rally, and it's usually based on war. I don't think tensions are going to get higher than they are right now, but there'll be some short covering in the U.S. as we come in. So we're going to make 97 to the buck, sell 1. And then back to our 3 to 5 for sell 2. On the buy side, London's low is 88. We're at 94, so we'll make 91, 89, buy 1. And then buy 2 will be in the 85, 87 area. And again, it's just, we don't like to go home short crude and gold on the day session closes. It's just too risky because it's going on around the globe. There is so much political and international unrest, and then you have the financial unrest everywhere, that one headline can change things materially quickly. And again, I don't think that we're going to have tensions get much worse than they are right now between the Ukraine and Russia. And what it is, it's a guerrilla war. Russia is invading and slowly dismantling through sabotage, through outright annexation, the Ukraine. They're putting the Ukraine in their place. Okay, looking at the euro. The euro should have suffered. We left last night wanting to sell the euro at 10 to 20. We have a high of 22. It's a pretty good call if you think about it. And that call came from this low right here in these highs right in here. So 10 to 20 was kind of a stretch, but we got there. And the news out of Ukraine is not good news for the EU. They've got to go back over there. Now, I don't think anybody, including Ukraine, wants the gas supplies interrupted. Truly their livelihood depends on it, from keeping their homes and factories going with natural gas and making money off of it too. It's really one of the major sources of their economy. Okay, we're going to have 95, 32.05, sell 1, then 32.10 to 20, sell 2. I really don't like the long side of the market, but again, an overnight session of 72, so maybe lows just below that. Make 60 to 70 buy 1, and then 40 to 50 buy 2. Okay, looking at crude. Crude's telling us once again that the supplies of crude are not going to be interrupted, and that supplies are great. And one of the effects of the increased production out of the United States is that we're not getting these huge price swings. The increased domestic production in the United States is 3 million barrels a day over where it was, I think, 3 years ago. Texas now, I think, is the 8th or 9th largest oil producer in the world. And it's coming Colorado, Wyoming, North Dakota. Everybody that can produce oil and pump oil is doing it in the United States. So, again, resistance is in this 25 to 50 area. That's cell 1. And then 75 to the buck for cell 2. Because of what's going on in the Ukraine, I don't think anybody's going to be in a big hurry to short. So we're going to have buy 1 at 50 to 75, and then buy 2 at 93, 93 and a quarter. Would like to get the sell done, against that 94.50 if we could. Okay, the E-mini, like we said when we quit last night, or I dreamed I said it, is that the one thing that could take the E-mini lower would be war in an outbreak of fighting between the Ukraine and Russia. Well, it's no worse than it has been, but they're not at the peace table talking about it. We also said that we might see the E-mini lower today, setting up a rally into Friday's close, making everybody happy. And so the fighting supposedly escalated, or is being reported as such, and the E-mini is down, and that should not surprise anybody. If you look at London, do a London split, right here we've got this 85.87 is a pretty good support. That'll be buy 1. Better yet, it'll be 80.82. If we get headlines that there's more outright fighting, it'll take us a little lower, but the correction from the top, 2003 down to 88 is 15 points. So a 25 point would take us another 10 points lower than where we are right now, would put us in that 77.80 area. So this buy 2 area down here looks pretty good to me. If we can get it, not sure that we can. We got all this volume over here. The news focus here is GDP. How big are the revisions to GDP? If we hold at 4% or come in higher, it should rally us up. If jobless claims come in this 300,000 area, plus or minus, that will be supportive. Pending home sales, I don't think anybody pay any attention to that. That would be gravy. So I think the play is a close greater than 2,000 tomorrow afternoon, and I think the big players will be positioning for that. Okay, right now we've got resistance at last rotate up was 94.75, then 94. So sell 1 is 94.96. It's where resistance is. It's this London high, and then sell 2 will be 99 to 01. Isn't it funny how they're playing to our script? Taking it up, taking it down, at least for the first moves of the day. Okay, it'll take at least 20 minutes to get everything up and posted. I'm going to get busy on that right now. Be with you as soon as I can. We'll get the note up because it opens up here in 15 minutes.